Welcome back to ABCGH Spoilers channel. Today, we're diving deep into the latest drama and intrigue swirling around Port Charles, but with a twist. We're not just recapping the action, we're reimagining the very structure of the story. Let's unravel the secrets, the showdowns, and the shifting alliances of General Hospital, as we reverse the narrative order, expand each moment with new insights, and uncover layers you've never seen before. Jocelyn and Emma, rivalry redefined. The night air in Port Charles crackles with anticipation as Jocelyn Jax and Emma Scorpio Drake prepare for a confrontation that feels inevitable. Their rivalry, once simmering beneath the surface, now erupts into a fierce exchange. But what truly fuels their animosity? Is it a clash of personalities, or are deeper insecurities at play? Imagine the scene. Jocelyn, usually composed, finds herself rattled by Emma's pointed questions and icy demeanor. The room feels smaller, the tension thicker, as old wounds are reopened. Emma, for her part, isn't just lashing out, she's navigating her own labyrinth of expectations, family pressures, and the desire to carve out her own identity. Their argument becomes a microcosm of teenage angst, friendship, and the struggle for acceptance. Beyond the harsh words, both girls are grappling with the shadows cast by their parents' legacies. Jocelyn wonders if she'll ever escape the Corinthos name, while Emma feels the weight of living up to the Scorpio Drake reputation. Their showdown is less about animosity and more about two young women searching for their place in a world that often feels predetermined. Deception's dilemma, Sidwell's shadow looms. Meanwhile, the business world of Port Charles is anything but stable. Brooklyn Quartermain and Maxie Jones, ever the savvy strategists, corner Anna Devane with urgent questions about the Sidwell investigation. The stakes are high. If Sidwell's empire crumbles, Deception's future hangs in the balance. Anna, always enigmatic, weighs her words carefully. She paints a picture of corporate intrigue, where alliances shift like sand and fortunes can vanish overnight. Maxie and Brooklyn, usually brimming with confidence, now face the sobering reality that their partnership with Sidwell could be their undoing. But what if Deception's troubles are just the tip of the iceberg? Anna hints at a broader conspiracy, a web of financial manipulation that could ensnare other Port Charles businesses. The tension in the room is palpable as the women contemplate not just the survival of their company, but the ethical lines they may have to cross to protect it. Carly's conviction, loyalty without limits. Carly Spencer's loyalty knows no bounds. Upon learning of Sonny Corinthos' impending heart surgery, she insists on accompanying him to Los Angeles, brushing aside his concerns about secrecy and logistics. For Carly, supporting Sonny isn't just an act of love, it's a declaration of agency. Their conversation is a masterclass in negotiation. Sonny, the consummate tactician, tries to reason with Carly, but she counters every objection with practical solutions and unwavering determination. In this moment, Carly isn't just a supportive partner, she's a force of nature, refusing to let circumstances dictate her role. Their dynamic reveals the complexities of long-term relationships in the face of crisis. Carly's insistence on being present challenges Sonny's instinct to shield her, forcing both to confront the boundaries of vulnerability and partnership. The trip to Los Angeles becomes more than a medical necessity, it's a test of trust in the evolving nature of their bond. Jordan's justification, the art of letting go. Elsewhere, Jordan Ashford faces her own emotional crossroads. Her decision to break up with Isaiah Gannon is met with resistance, but Jordan stands firm, framing the separation as a strategic move rather than a personal failure. She argues that focusing on Sidwell's downfall requires singular attention, a sacrifice for the greater good. Isaiah, hurt but persistent, seeks reassurance that the split is temporary. Jordan, however, is torn between duty and desire. Her internal struggle is palpable. Can she compartmentalize her feelings, or will the emotional cost prove too great? This moment invites us to ponder the sacrifices demanded by ambition and the blurred lines between professional and personal life. Jordan's resolve is both inspiring and heartbreaking. a testament to the complexity of leadership under pressure. Alexis and Marco, the ethics of opportunity. At the law office, Alexis Davis is thrust into a moral quandary. Sidwell pressures her to hire Marco Rios, urging her to overlook his familial connections. Alexis, ever the skeptic, weighs the risks of entangling her firm with someone whose background is shrouded in controversy. Marco, eager to prove himself, presents a compelling case for his own merit, distancing himself from his father's shadow. Alexis, torn between pragmatism and principle, ultimately decides to give him a chance, but not without reservations. This scenario raises questions about redemption, trust, and the possibility of breaking free from inherited reputations. Alexis's decision is less about capitulation and more about the hope that people can transcend their pasts, a theme that resonates throughout Port Charles. Lucas and Marco, the dance of doubt and desire. Lucas Jones's interactions with Marco Rios are fraught with suspicion and longing. Lucas, wary of being manipulated, interrogates Marco about his motives and knowledge of Lucas's background. Marco, in turn, strives to convince Lucas of his genuine interest, navigating the delicate terrain between attraction and trust. Their budding relationship is a study in vulnerability. Lucas, shaped by past betrayals, struggles to let his guard down. Marco, determined to prove his sincerity, offers gestures of transparency and affection. Their connection, tentative yet hopeful, underscores the challenges of forging new bonds in a town where secrets are currency. Sasha's secret, the price of desperation. In a tense confrontation, Jason Morgan compels Sasha Gilmore Corbin to admit she accepted $250,000 from Jen Sidwell. Jason's anger is palpable, but beneath it lies concern for Sasha's safety. Accepting the money was a gamble, one that could have far-reaching consequences. Sasha's confession is more than a moment of weakness, it's a reflection of the desperation that drives people to make risky choices. Jason's reaction, a blend of frustration and protectiveness, highlights the precarious balance between justice and compassion. This exchange invites us to consider the ripple effects of seemingly isolated decisions. Sasha's actions, while motivated by necessity, threaten to destabilize the fragile peace in Port Charles, setting off a chain reaction that could engulf everyone involved. Sonny's surrender, the weight of leadership. At the heart of it all is Sonny Corinthos, a man accustomed to control, now forced to surrender to his circumstances, to his allies, and to fate itself. The prospect of surgery strips Sonny of his usual authority, compelling him to rely on those he trusts, even as he grapples with vulnerability. His journey is emblematic of the burdens borne by leaders. Sonny's willingness to accept help marks a significant evolution in his character, demonstrating that true strength often lies in the ability to let go. Analysis, themes and techniques. This restructured narrative showcases the interconnectedness of personal and professional dilemmas in Port Charles. Each character's struggle, whether for power, love, or redemption, reflects broader themes of identity, loyalty, and transformation. By reversing the order of events, we spotlight the consequences before the causes, inviting readers to piece together motivations and outcomes in a more engaging way. This approach, inspired by creative writing techniques such as flashbacks, deepens suspense and encourages deeper investment in each character's arc. The expanded details and invented elements, such as the broader conspiracy hinted at by Anna, or the psychological nuances of Jocelyn and Emma's rivalry, add richness and complexity, transforming familiar plot points into fresh, compelling narratives. Next, we will learn about the tangled web of love, danger, and loyalty swirling around Carly Spencer and Sonny Corinthos as their lives take a dramatic turn in Los Angeles. Danger lurks, Sidwell's schemes and Sonny's surgery. As Sonny Corinthos prepares for his critical heart surgery in Los Angeles, the stakes have never been higher, not just for his health, but for his entire world. The timing of this procedure is anything but coincidental, as Natalia Ramirez inadvertently leaks details about Sonny's surgery to Sidwell, a man with his own agenda. With this sensitive information in hand, Sidwell could orchestrate a strike at Sonny's most vulnerable moment, potentially sabotaging the operation or even putting Sonny in a coma, opening the door for chaos in Port Charles. The threat isn't just physical, it's psychological, as the news of Sonny's medical ordeal could embolden his enemies and destabilize his hold on his empire. Carly, ever the vigilant protector, is by Sonny's side, her concern palpable as she faces the possibility of losing him to both illness and intrigue. Carly's loyalty and the unbreakable bond. Carly's unwavering presence during Sonny's medical crisis is more than an act of friendship or co-parenting, it's a testament to their enduring connection. Despite their official separation, Carly's actions echo the loyalty of a devoted spouse. She insists on accompanying Sonny to Los Angeles, crafting a clever cover story to shield the truth from prying eyes. Her involvement isn't just about support, she becomes Sonny's advocate, liaising with his cardiologist and absorbing every detail of his prognosis. This level of care underscores the depth of her feelings, revealing that her bond with Sonny transcends the boundaries of divorce. The emotional gravity of the situation is heightened by the possibility of complications, whether natural or engineered by foes like Sidwell, leaving Carly to navigate a storm of fear and hope, determined to see Sonny through to recovery. The shadow of Jack Brennan, love and peril collide. While Sonny's health crisis unfolds, Carly's romantic life is equally tumultuous. Her relationship with Jack Brennan, the enigmatic head of the WSB, is fraught with danger and secrecy. After months of flirtation, Carly finally succumbs to Brennan's allure, only to find herself poisoned by champagne meant for him, a chilling reminder of the peril that shadows Brennan's world. Despite warnings from friends and family, including Jason Morgan, Carly refuses to distance herself from Brennan, drawn to the excitement and edge he brings to her life. Yet, Brennan's own guilt and the chaos that surrounds him may force him to push Carly away, uttering the fateful words, "I'm too dangerous for you." Carly's resilience is tested as she weighs her desire for passion against the need for safety, all while her heart remains tethered to Sonny. History repeats, the legendary Carson connection. The saga of Carly and Sonny is one of soap opera legend. Over decades, they have weathered betrayals, reconciliations, and heartbreaks, raising children and marrying 5 times, a testament to a love that refuses to die. Their dynamic is characterized by fierce loyalty and equally fierce conflict, yet time and again, they find themselves drawn back together. Recent events, Sonny's health scare, Carly's brush with death, and the ever-present threat of external enemies serve as reminders of their unique bond. Fans and characters alike question whether their connection is fated to remain platonic or if destiny will steer them toward another romantic reunion. The emotional resonance of their shared history is undeniable, and as they navigate new challenges, the possibility of rekindled romance looms large. A city of angels, a city of second chances. Los Angeles, often seen as a place of reinvention, becomes the backdrop for Carly and Sonny's latest chapter. The city presents not just a medical battleground, but a crucible for their relationship. As Sonny faces the scalpel, Carly's steadfast support may ignite old flames, prompting both to re-evaluate what they truly mean to each other. The ordeal could serve as a catalyst for transformation, with Carly offering Sonny hope and strength before surgery, and Sonny potentially becoming Carly's emotional anchor in the aftermath of heartbreak with Brennan. The city's energy, its promise of new beginnings, mirrors the uncertainty and excitement of their journey. The ripple effect, family, friends, and foes. The consequences of Sonny's health crisis and Carly's romantic entanglements extend far beyond the couple themselves. Their children, especially Donna Corinthos, are caught in the crossfire, their futures shaped by the choices their parents make. Friends like Jason Morgan and Felicia Scorpio voice concerns, offering advice and warnings that often go unheeded. Meanwhile, adversaries such as Sidwell and Cassadine exploit vulnerabilities, turning personal struggles into opportunities for power plays. The drama is not confined to hospital rooms or private conversations, it reverberates through the corridors of Port Charles, affecting alliances and rivalries alike. Speculation and hope. What lies ahead for Carson? As the dust settles from surgery and secrets, the question on everyone's mind is whether Carly and Sonny will find their way back to each other. The writers of General Hospital have a knack for weaving suspense and romance, leaving fans to speculate about the fate of Carson. Will shared adversity rekindle their passion? Can they overcome the shadows of past betrayals and present dangers? Or will new obstacles, be it Brennan's secrets or Sidwell's schemes, drive them further apart? What remains clear is that Carly and Sonny's story is far from over. Their journey through love, loss, danger, and redemption captivates viewers, offering endless possibilities for reunion, heartbreak, and everything in between. As Port Charles watches and waits, one thing is certain: the legend of Carson continues to evolve, promising more twists, turns, and unforgettable moments in the episodes to come. Next, we will learn about the tangled web of secrets, schemes, and shifting allegiances surrounding Gen Sidwell and Marco Rios, and why their true identities may shake the very foundations of Port Charles. The mysterious origins of Gen Sidwell and Marco Rios. In the shadowy corners of Port Charles, questions swirl about the real lineage of Gen Sidwell and his enigmatic son, Marco Rios. While on the surface they seem like newcomers with ordinary ambitions, a closer look reveals a tapestry of hidden motives and possible ancestral ties that could upend the Cassadine legacy. Rumors have long suggested that Sidwell and Marco are not just opportunistic outsiders, but actually distant Cassadine relatives, possibly linked to long-lost branches of the family tree. This theory is bolstered by their sudden acquisition of Windmere and their uncanny knack for inserting themselves into Cassadine affairs, suggesting a calculated return to reclaim what they believe is rightfully theirs. Natalia Ramirez, the key to the Cassadine connection. Natalia Ramirez, Sidwell's ex-wife and Marco's mother, is a pivotal figure in unraveling this mystery. Her past is shrouded in ambiguity. She claims Puerto Rican roots, yet whispers persist that she spent significant time in Brazil, a known haunt for exiled Cassadine cousins. Natalia's brief marriage to Sidwell produced Marco, but she insists their union was fleeting and emotionally distant. However, her recent interactions with Sonny Corinthos have cast a new light on her loyalties. Sonny's suspicions were piqued after seeing Natalia with Sidwell, leading to a tense confrontation where Natalia admitted her connection but downplayed its significance. Still, the timing of her reappearance in Port Charles, just as Sidwell and Marco make their moves, is too coincidental to ignore. Marco's calculated career moves. Marco Rios's decision to pivot from the entertainment industry to law was not merely a personal choice, but a strategic maneuver orchestrated by his father. Natalia has openly lamented Marco's career shift, believing his talents were wasted in law, yet Sidwell pushed him in this direction to serve the family business. This business, as many suspect, is far from legitimate. Marco's application to Diane and Alexis Davis's law firm was a masterstroke, placing him at the heart of Port Charles's legal and criminal intrigue. Was this a mere coincidence, or was Marco planted to gather intelligence, manipulate legal outcomes, or even frame key players like Alexis Davis or Sonny Corinthos? Lucas Jones, pawn or partner? Marco's burgeoning relationship with Lucas Jones has become a focal point of speculation. Their chemistry is undeniable, but the circumstances of their meeting raise eyebrows. Was Marco's encounter with Lucas a genuine romantic connection, or was it orchestrated as part of Sidwell's broader scheme? Lucas, as Carly Spencer's brother, sits at the intersection of several powerful Port Charles families. By cozying up to Lucas, Marco gains access to both Sonny's and Alexis's inner circles, potentially serving as an in for Sidwell's intelligence-gathering efforts. Some believe Marco is genuinely conflicted, torn between loyalty to his father and his own desire for independence and acceptance, especially given his mother's past struggles with his sexuality. Sidwell's sinister schemes and the Cassadine dagger. The plot thickened when Sidwell summoned Alexis Davis to Windmere, presenting her with the infamous Cassadine dagger, an artifact tied to the murder of Alexis's mother. By ensuring Alexis's fingerprints were on the weapon, Sidwell set the stage for a potential frame-up, blackmail, or worse. This chilling move suggests Sidwell is not merely after property or status, but is enacting a long-term vendetta or power play against the Cassadines and their allies. The origins of Sidwell's possession of the dagger remain a mystery, fueling speculation that he is the son of Dimitri Cassadine, a disgraced and long-missing relative who once wreaked havoc in Port Charles before vanishing without a trace. Dimitri Cassadine, the missing link. Dimitri Cassadine's legacy haunts the current drama. Years ago, Dimitri arrived in Port Charles, embroiling himself with the Courtemain family and stirring up trouble before disappearing. If Sidwell is indeed Dimitri's son, this would explain his intimate knowledge of Cassadine's secrets and his sense of entitlement to Windermere. It would also clarify why he operates in the shadows, leveraging old grudges and hidden connections to manipulate events from behind the scenes. Tracy Courtemain, one of the few who might recognize Dimitri, has not confirmed his fate, leaving the door open for shocking revelations about Sidwell's true heritage. Valentine Cassadine's blind spot. Despite his reputation as a master manipulator, Valentine Cassadine appears unaware of Sidwell and Marco's possible familial ties. If Valentine has encountered Sidwell before, perhaps during his mercenary days, he has kept silent. The Cassadine family records, discovered after Helena Cassadine's death, make no mention of these new players, suggesting their existence was deliberately erased or hidden. This omission adds another layer of intrigue. Are Sidwell and Marco the last surviving heirs to a forgotten Cassadine fortune, or are they imposters seeking vengeance for past wrongs?